We live in a world where people are judged. Even though she identifies as being biracial, she is still being viewed as a black woman and being treated as a black woman. I read the British tabloids often, and I go and you see thousands of comments, and some of them extremely vile. I mean, Prince Harry, he has complained about how his wife has been treated, and he has specifically said part of it is because of racism.
What about
arguing? He's absolutely right.
No, go ahead, Melanie, go ahead. Jump in.
Well, he's absolutely right. You know, I think that the British press didn't give Meghan a chance right from the start, and that can definitely be argued that that's because of the colour of her skin. You know, this is a family and an establishment that's been around for centuries, and the British media are really a part of, like, trying to keep the status quo, and any outsider that comes in is going to be criticised. Kate Middleton was criticised, but not to the extent that Meghan Markle has been criticised. There's nothing, no matter how much good work that she has done, that she has not had to deal with negative headlines about. And I don't blame Harry and Meghan for wanting to give up because of that.
I mean, speaking of being an outsider, and Lisa, this is back over to you, and yes, you know, maybe it is race that is playing a role. Others are arguing, though, it's simply who she is as a person. Here she was. She came to Britain with her American sensibilities as a commoner, as a divorcee, as an actress, and she tried to modernize the monarchy in a way that just backfired. And now Britain could be losing its favorite royal grandson. Just what about that argument?
Why is she receiving the blame when Harry has been outspoken about the fact that he doesn't want to be a traditional royal? I mean, just by virtue of the fact that he married a woman of color, he was letting them know, I'm not going to be the usual prince. So why is it, you know, we can't have it both ways. When she first came aboard, people were like, oh, she's just an actress who wants to be married to a prince because she wants power. And now she has so much power that she's, according to these folks, caused a schism. So which is it? Is she all powerful or has no power?
Do we know, Melanie, just even as I'm listening to Lisa so closely, like with just the answer to the why, like why do they want to step back, you know, from the family? We talk about her, we also talk about him and what happened to his mother and maybe the feelings he's always held on toward the royal family. And then there was this video over Christmas where they were left out. Did it have anything to do with something as simple as that?
You know, we've always seen spare heirs over the years really struggle to find their place, you know, and that's been exactly the same with Harry. And Harry's actually done a very good job up until now. He launched the Invictus Games. He's done a ton of good philanthropy work. But now he is not the spare heir, right? He's sixth in line to the throne, and he has never been very comfortable with his position. He's never enjoyed it. He's always had disdain for the British media because of what happened to his mother. And this has just been a job that he was born into and had absolutely no say in whether he should or shouldn't continue in it. You know, for him now, he's met somebody who he truly loves. He has a son, and he's looking at the future of his family. And actually, it's only Harry and William that can understand what it's like to grow up royal, and he doesn't want that for Archie. So, you know, there are a million different factors in this, but it's not just about that picture at Christmas. That actually shows you his lack of importance now in the royal family, and it's up to him to start a new life and find his purpose somewhere else.
As I'm talking to the two of you, I'm thinking back to their wedding, Harry and Meghan's wedding. I mean, how many people woke up at 4 in the morning? Actually, I was on my own honeymoon. I mean, you were there. Like people, everyone and their mother, you know, woke up here in America to watch this play out. And when you think back to it, you know, Lisa, her biracial heritage. I thought it was initially applauded, right, when they announced their engagement, a step toward racial harmony, that she would be someone who represented progress. Why would that not still be the case? What happened?
Exactly for the same reason why it wasn't the case with President Obama. You know, it's a lot of times, and I spoke to this great professor from the UK who said that it's the same thing. It looks like progress, but it actually is not. What it results is an uncovering of people's biases. And the fascinating thing for me is because Meghan, initially people didn't even realize that she was a woman of color for many years. She did a video back in 2012 where she talked about feeling like a fly on the wall because people had no idea that her mother was African American, to the point where she heard her mother be called the N-word. word. And so she's not someone who's made race a big deal, but she's never shied from it. She says she accepts both parts of her heritage. But now people have made a big deal about her race because we see her being very close to her African American mother. Who did they spend Christmas with? Their African American mom. And so people are tying her to her African American heritage in a way that she hasn't been outspoken about. Again, she hasn't shied away from it. So it looks like this is going to be a great thing. Here is literally someone bringing this African American heritage into the royal family. But as you can see, it doesn't look like it's been accepted. And so, you know, people are applauding to them to want to go forth and carve out their own life for themselves.